All right, let's try this for the 100th time. I've tried to film this video so many times and I can't tell if it's because I'm overheating or I'm nervous or a combination of both, because we're currently going through a heat wave. And like, while we have great AC, obviously hot air rises and the AC just like, it doesn't come upstairs sometimes. And I had to turn the fan off so you guys could hear me. And I've already sweat through 2 different outfits. So I really hope I can get through this and just chat, because I really need to get this video up. Like, so bad. I just need to get this off my chest. And yeah, but I'm sure a lot of you guys guessed right. We are moving, which is really exciting and also a bit nerve-wracking because we're actually leaving Ottawa. And yeah, I honestly yeah, I also just want to start this off by saying a huge I'm sorry to anyone I fibbed to and said that we weren't moving. There's a good reason behind it. Please love me. Please don't go anywhere, okay? I'm sorry for lying to you. We decided to keep this journey pretty private because we were looking outside of Ottawa. We obviously love our family and friends, but it's kind of like planning a wedding. Like, you just don't, like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do and you don't really, like, people's opinions, like, kind of go in with like the blinders on and do this ourselves and not kind of let the opinions of others kind of, I guess, like sway our decision. So we kept it pretty private. We were also super picky and we wanted a very specific house in a very specific price range, and we weren't sure if it was going to take us 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Like, we just weren't in a rush, so there was no point in really saying anything until things were a bit more set in stone. And so obviously a lot of our family and friends watch my YouTube videos, and so anytime someone would comment and be like, "Are you guys moving?" I'd have to be like, "No, we're not," because I didn't want anyone to like catch on, like family wise, and have that awkward conversation of like, "Oh, like I found out from your YouTube channel that you're moving." You know what I mean? It's awkward. So I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. Please forgive me. Same goes with the DMs. I didn't want to like get yes to someone in the DMs and then have them comment on my video and then have to explain to, like, you know, like someone's family member like why we didn't tell them we're moving before YouTube, you know? Anyways, so I hope you guys understand and you can forgive me, but we're moving. This video is just gonna be straight up word vomit because I feel like I have a lot to say. I'm sure a lot of you guys kind of caught on if you watched from like the reset where we said that we were gonna just like start the pre-approval process to like see. We were actually starting the pre-approval process to begin looking for houses to move, and we honestly thought it was gonna take us a lot longer because while I just want to say there's nothing wrong with your next house being the bigger house, I feel like that's a lot of people's next step is like they start in a smaller house and then they move to a bigger house. Sorry, money wise, like your mortgage is usually bigger with a bigger house. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but Matt and I knew we wanted to very much live like as much within our means as possible. We didn't want to give into lifestyle creep, and the way the market is right now, things are simmering down a little bit in terms of like things are going more for asking, not going crazy over asking with interest rates rising. And we wanted to stay within a very specific budget. We actually wanted to stay with what we bought this house for. Looking further out of the city, obviously the further you get from the city, the more house you can get for less because you're not as close to the city, right? It's kind of like living right downtown, living in New York, Toronto, etc. It's gonna be expensive because you're right in the city. So we knew that if we looked a little further out, we could get a little bit more bang for our buck, but we wanted to stay within a very specific price range, which was what we were paying for this house. Now, okay, I don't even like, I'm already getting off track. This video is gonna be just so word vomity. I am so sorry. So we weren't sure how long it was going to take us because we were like, we want this, this, and this on a set budget. Yeah. Okay, let's kind of go in chronological order of why we're moving. We've always known that this house was just kind of like a few years home for us. This didn't feel like our forever home. We really want to try our hand, not necessarily at flipping a house, but being here for a few years and then hopefully finding our forever home. But I don't really love the phrase forever home because you just like never know if you're going to be in it forever. And when we first moved in, thought we'd be here maybe 5 years, and then some stuff just started happening. Our condo fees kept going up. We live in an HOA, if you guys are in the States. It's called a condo in Canada, condo association. And our condo fees have gone up like 35% since we moved in, and we were just kind of getting worried that they were just going to keep going up and up and up. And truthfully, for what we pay in condo fees, like yes, we have a backyard, but still it can't be off leash. We don't have any privacy. We back onto a busy street, and we're constantly kicking kids like out of our backyard that just like wander in. And obviously moving in, we like didn't realize the extent of that, but that part has been hard. We just find that we lack a lot of privacy here, and we haven't outgrown this space like size wise. It's a really great size townhouse, honestly, like a really big townhouse, but we were just craving being out of the suburbs a little bit and having some privacy, having a backyard. We don't ever sit in our backyard. We're like constantly just feeling stuck inside, and that was kind of the first reason. And then also just like the condo fees kept going up. We were just having issues with the condo, that kind of stuff. And we love this house. We have loved every second of living here for the most part, besides like condo issues. Matt has learned so much. We've obviously done so many great projects here, but we knew that we were ready to kind of go out into the country. And so we started looking within like a 20-minute radius of here, kind of some of these smaller country spots in the east end of Ottawa. But what we realized was, because we weren't willing to go up in price, what we were seeing was pretty much just like houses that were smaller than ours but just had a bit more land. So, you know, we have about a 1,600 square feet townhouse, so we were seeing like 1,300 square feet bungalows, which like is great. It has a lot of land, but the house was really small, and so we kind of were feeling defeated. And I have a whole house hunting vlog coming. I'll talk about that later, but don't worry, that video is coming. This is more of just like, let's just chat and get the word vomit out. And then we started to explore our options of looking a bit further out. There is some job opportunity for Matt where we ended up landing, and it just really like called to us. Honestly, it just came out of nowhere. We looked at houses, and keep in mind, we are moving pretty much an hour outside of Ottawa. Like, we will be an hour away. Now, it does work out really, really well for me in terms of travel, because the train goes right through there, and I'm equal distance between Ottawa and Montreal now. And if you live in Ottawa, you know, you usually have a layover in Montreal anyways, so it works great. I can hopefully tap into some Montreal like events and stuff. But anyways, sorry, I keep checking my phone. I'm waiting for our mortgage broker to get back to us. But this place just like really called to us. It was on the water, and it just really felt right for us in this stage of life. So we looked at 14 houses in this area, and we put an offer. Well, we did a back and forth a little bit on one house that we, like, knock on wood, are gonna get. We put an offer in on it, but we do have a few conditions, obviously, because we have to sell this house and we have to get an inspection, etc. But like, I could get emotional. Like, this is literally like the house of my dreams. And it's just mind-blowing. Like, I mean, we are obviously sacrificing a lot. We're sacrificing being 15-20 minutes away from family to be an hour away, but have so much more house for actually cheaper than we bought this house for, which just goes to kind of show how crazy the market is like in the city in Ottawa. So that's great. We will get a bit of profit on this house. I mean, Matt has put in so much work. I mean, I guess I have too, like, I've painted and stuff, and like, but Matt has done so much work in this house, so it's great to see that we will make a profit on this house. And yeah, so we're moving. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. It has been so time consuming, and I'm so happy you guys know, because now at least like I'm vlogging this week and I can just like talk about like houses and like the house being on the market and inspections and stuff and not hide it, because I feel like you guys really haven't noticed, or maybe you've picked up on it, but the vlogs have felt just really, I mean, I think I've done a really good job at keeping them consistent. I've missed like maybe 1 or 2 uploads here and there, but it has been so hard because we're looking an hour away. It would take up like our whole day looking, and then we'd look at houses here, and it's been so hard to vlog and not tell you guys, but also vlog that behind the scenes. It's been a lot. Like, I would plan, let's say, like a day in my life, but then we would like randomly decide to go look at houses in the evening, and then I wouldn't have enough footage, and then I'd have to turn it into a week in my life. And I just felt like very secretive, and like I was tiptoeing around stuff with you guys, which is obviously not how I want to be. Like, you guys are my friends. And so I'm honestly just so happy to just tell you guys, but I hope you guys understand why we kept it in for a little bit, just because we were not sure how long this process was going to take us, but we have been vlogging the whole house hunting process. It's just like one giant vlog, and I'm thinking that video will go up close to our closing date just to kind of make sure everything like works out. I mean, we are for sure moving, like this house is up for sale, we're moving, that's not a question, but we just want to make sure everything works out with the house that we put an offer in on. So I think that video will go up close to closing, but if all goes to plan, we are looking to move Labor Day weekend, which is like so soon, so exciting. It's just gonna be like a whirlwind summer, and I'm so excited to share these like next chapters with you guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see the house. It is like truly the house of my dreams. It is the most cozy cabin, cottage, English countryside oasis in the world, and it has the most beautiful big backyard. Like we could probably have our wedding there, honestly. Like I'm at a loss for words of how much we love this house. We stepped in and we both never have gotten that feeling of like this is the one until we stepped into this house, and it all just like worked out. And yeah, but if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. I'm happy to answer them. I kind of started to make a list of things I wanted to talk about in this video, but I just knew I was just gonna ramble and ramble and ramble. So yeah, I'm really excited, and it's definitely a bit nerve-wracking moving to a new city and kind of starting fresh and starting new, especially, you know, I mean, it's hard because some days an hour away from family feels like a lot, and some days it feels like nothing. Neither of us have ever left our hometown, and so I think this is really important for us. I think it's really good for us. We've always, if you've been part of my channel for a while, you know, we've always talked about moving away, and this feels like a good way to start an experiment. So being an hour away is still, you know, like we're not in Ottawa anymore, and it's a good way for us to test if we like being away from home or if it's too much. And we're just really excited for this next chapter. I'm excited to bring you guys along for this next chapter and journey, and I hope you guys are excited. I love moving vlogs so much and like organizing a new space, and if all goes well, I'm gonna have a main floor office, which is something I have dreamed of for my whole life, and a library room, and I just can't wait to show you guys the house. It's so beautiful and stunning, and yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna be like, Carter, you missed so many things that you wanted to talk about. But it's crazy. We, like when we moved in here, thought we were gonna be here 5 years, but Matt and I were just saying you can't really put a timeline on how long you're gonna be in a house for. And right now, because we locked in at a COVID rate, so we have a pretty low, our interest rate on our house right now is 1.8%. It's a good time for us to look because we can just pour over our mortgage and we pay a blended rate. So basically what that is they take our current interest rate and the interest rate right now, and they blend those together to meet in the middle. So that's kind of how that works when you're buying your second house. And if you guys are interested, I think I'm wanting to talk a bit more about the like cost breakdown this time around. I didn't really do that last time just because I wasn't really fairly confident in all of it, but let me know if you guys would want to see that, kind of like how land transfer tax works and deposits and all that kind of stuff. I would love to film a video on that once we're settled in, but I hope you guys are excited to join us in this next chapter. And yeah, I don't know, it's nerve-wracking. We are starting fresh in a new city, making new friends. Obviously we still have our friends and family here, and we'll still be driving into Ottawa probably almost every weekend. We are both just really excited to slow down in a smaller city. We're really excited to be close to the water, and just like we can swim in this water, because if you guys live in Ottawa, you know you cannot swim in the Ottawa River. We're gonna, you know, get a kayak and a paddleboard, and we're so close to the water that we could just start our day by swimming in the river. Like it just, I can't wait. We have a really beautiful backyard with a hammock and so much privacy. Yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below, because I'm sure I'm forgetting things, because I'm just like so excited. And yeah, it's really bittersweet to leave this house. Obviously this was like Matt and I's first home that we bought together, and don't get me wrong, we have loved every second of living here, but we just know it's time to move on from this house and give it some new owners. We said we were not going to end up in a fixer-upper, and we are going to end up in another, well, I wouldn't say fixer-upper. It definitely does not need as much work as this house does, but it does have some projects, which is fun, and it just needs some paint, and it's such an older, quaint, cute home that like I said, I cannot wait to share it with you guys because you guys are like my friends, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for epic moving vlogs. I cannot wait, honestly. We have an older kitchen, kind of like this one before we renovated it, that we will probably like paint, but I'm just excited for a new season of home projects and making the space ours, and you know, I can like definitely see us raising a family there, which is kind of crazy. That is the update. We are moving. I just wanted to like sit down and chat and ramble with you guys, and fun vlogs are coming, and you guys might potentially be getting a sneak peek at the house in the next vlog, because we have our home inspection tomorrow, and I'll give you like a little tiny sneak peek. It's a very just like chatty, sit down, casual video, but I wanted to fill you guys in. Like, I feel like we're friends, and I was keeping a big secret from you guys. I mean, I was, but now it's like all out in the air. We can chat, we can talk about it, and I don't have to like tiptoe around it in the vlogs, which is honestly great. It feels like a big relief off my shoulders. I honestly felt like I couldn't vlog because I was just keeping in this big secret, and I felt so mysterious, and not in a good way. Like, I just felt so secretive, and I did not like it at all, but I hope you guys can understand. And here's to moving vlogs and all that fun stuff, but I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next vlog. Potential sneak peek. Stay tuned. I love you guys. Bye.